What is up, geeks and geekettes? It's another episode of the Countdown City Geekcast. My name is Steady, and this is going to be, well, the start of our show is going to be all about the Batman. Now, this is going to be a non spoiler discussion, so don't you worry. And joining me for this non spoiler discussion
No
is the one and
spoilers.
only Ryan from Alamo City Movie Talk. What's going on, sir?
What's going on, Ted? Thank you for having me on the show, man. Once again, dude. Appreciate it.
No problem. You and I were lucky enough,
Yeah.
fortunate enough, to be a part of the fan event that happened last night, and it
Yes.
was a fantastic
Spectacular.
event that
Yeah.
WB put on. You know, they pulled out some cool tricks and a great opening sequence before the movie, which I haven't seen them do ever before. So kudos to Warner
Yes.
Brothers for doing that. But yeah, really excited to talk about it. So listen, again, this is our non-spoiler discussion. Our spoiler review will actually drop in a week. We're going to give you guys some time to check it out. I know showings are sold out and people have lives, so spoiler review will drop Monday night most likely. But for
Mhm.
now, Ryan, first thing I'm going to ask you is, what is your general overview or your general feelings about the Batman, especially after you first saw it. Give us that, man.
This is the Batman that I never thought I ever needed in my entire life. Like, this is the Batman that I really could not expect, to be honest. Like I'll be for real. I did not expect this kind of tone, or really this formula that he did. And I know I mentioned it to you off camera. It's like, dude, this
Yeah,
is like the Arkham Knight game, dude. Like any Arkham Knight lovers of any of that game, of that PlayStation series or Xbox, any of that story plot or that story outline of the Arkham games, you're gonna love this movie, man. You're gonna love it. You're gonna all the diehard. I guarantee you, all the diehard Batman fans are really going to enjoy this movie so much. Now, here's the thing that I said in my review was, there's no perfect. This is not a perfect comic book movie, but this is a preference wise for me, this is a perfect Batman movie to get us started out
ooh,
into a new trilogy, into a new, like, this is, as far as the first of a not, I mean, not official, right, but like, obviously we have to have expectations here. And for me to start this new Batman franchise, I love Christopher Nolan's version and everything. I love it.
yeah,
But Batman Begins, if you were to compare Batman Begins, because that's the first movie, compared to this one, it's just so different, man. It's such a different tone, and it's a different take. And I just fell in love with this Batman way so much more. Again, though, I always tell, just like I said on my YouTube channel, just, you always have to be aware of, like, it's totally different from the MCU movies, but in the same way, though, that's why I freaking dig it. That's why I'm loving it. Ted, what was your thoughts, man?
I was pretty shocked, happily surprised. I will say happily surprised because I went in with sort of the very small um discussions about it being inspired by comic arcs like The Long Halloween,
Mhm.
and people were just talking about the Riddler's costume in the trailers looking like a lot like the Zodiac, and people threw out
Yeah.
there like this is going to be a lot like Seven, with Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. And to my surprise, like it's like all of those things all the time. Like we didn't get away from that type of tone,
Mhm.
of that type of storytelling throughout the film. And it's a very different Batman. I would say if you took like Seven and you kind of mixed it in with like The Crow from the '90s. I know
Mhm.
you're kind of young. I don't know if you ever saw
No,
The
no, no.
Crow
I
back
saw. I
then.
love. I love the Crow.
Okay,
I
awesome.
love the Crow.
Then it's kind of like that, and I'm not gonna say exactly why. You can get from the trailer a little bit of that
Mhm.
tone, but storytelling wise, there's some
Yeah.
very key elements that have never been done before in a Batman film,
Exactly.
and you kind of get those inspirations from those type of films. And
Mhm.
so it's very noir driven. It's a mystery. I'd say it's not a Batman movie in a mystery. It's a mystery movie with Batman in it. It's
Yeah.
the focus is not Batman the entire time, and that's okay. Loved Gotham. Gotham is like back in the forefront, even though it's the city, the environment around him, but
Yeah.
it feels more like Gotham as close to it as the '89 film did.
Yeah, dude.
Pattinson is good,
Okay.
but I'm not gonna declare
That's what I was
him the
gonna ask.
best. I'm gonna leave room for improvement because I
Yeah.
feel like I told people in my preview episode,
Mhm.
this is a young, vengeful Batman who's full of rage. He's too emotional. I said all that before I ever watched the movie,
Yeah.
and he's gonna make a lot of mistakes. And I feel like I there's a lot of room for improvement if
Mhm.
you're coming from that Batman and you're trying to
Yeah.
grow and be more efficient and effective at this crime fighting career.
Yeah, I mean, we got way more. I know I said off camera, like we got way more Gotham shots than we
Oh yeah, it
needed. But man, the shots, the cinematography in this movie was such.
was great.
It was so beautiful, man. I loved every single shot that they would do. I just felt like Matt Reeves was just like, let's do it like we're gonna aim it like that. Yeah, we're gonna do it like it was just beautifully done. It really was. I was so happy and so ecstatic to see how well it was done and put together. And let's be honest here, most of it's CGI. I mean, for the most part. I mean, it just
A lot of it isn't, but yeah,
yeah,
there are some of it.
yeah, yeah, and it's just it's so cool just to know that like this it's just everything looks real, and that's the good
Yeah,
part of it. That's the whole point is that CGI was on top of it. um and I know that's really, I mean, I was for whenever Christopher Nolan said, hey, he did not want to use any CGI at all. Like if he could not use CGI in his movies, he would not. And and obviously with the Batman, that, I mean, I don't want to say it suffered, but it would give us a different real situation, real life situation there when it came to the Batman Begins, the Dark Knight, and Dark Knight Rises and all that. But now knowing now that we have, Matt Reeves is able to, just to exceed that and just really use CGI to its full potential here. It's really done beautifully. It really is. I'm gonna say Robert Pattinson as the Batman. People asking me too. Are they just like, is he the best Batman? I was like, it's hard because it's just. I mean, we got a lot of him in here, but that's the thing though. He's wearing the suit, right? He's only in year, it's only, we knew this from the trailers, like he's a very young Batman. So I wouldn't, I mean, it's hard because we see a vulnerable Batman. That's what's so different about this movie compared to the other ones. He wasn't really vulnerable. He always was like dun dun, like the superhero, like dun dun, like it felt like a superhero. And all the past movies have felt like a superhero movie, a superhero ending, and all that good stuff. But with this one, it's totally different, man. With this one, it's totally different. It's not like a superhero tone, I would say. It's more of a figuring himself out, a vulnerable hero the whole time. I mean, he's vulnerable. I mean, and that's the thing too. Like we always seen Batman to be like the smart guy, the tech guy, and we knew it was not going to be. I mean, I really, to be honest, I didn't know it was going to be this way the way we saw it. But yeah, I was definitely surprised, man.
I was surprised on the influences, like I mentioned earlier, how much it took from it. About halfway through the movie, I also thought this is a mobster movie. This is
Yeah,
The Godfather. This is this is
so that this is how,
Goodfellas.
yeah, this is how great that, and that's what I always love about DC. And this is a point proven right here, guys, is that they don't try to make a great comic book movie. They try to make a great movie. So if you take Batman out of this equation, it was a detective movie. Let's be honest. It was a true detective movie. A guy that was a vigilante that was just trying trying to figure out a situation, trying to figure out a crime that was committed, and multiple crimes. Obviously, with the Riddler going on, it's just multiple crimes happening, and because I saw another review and I was like, dang, that makes total complete sense because you take out the Riddler, you take out the Batman symbol, and it feels like it's just a great movie in general, great cinema film. And that's the beauty of DC, that we see the separation between DC and Marvel is that and it's funny too because everyone always says, well, is it is it going to be, is it full of action? And I'm going to say, and a lot of people have asked that, is it full of action? And it's tough to say, man, but we're not going to spoil it for anybody. And
Yeah.
we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it that we're going to leave that answer in an envelope and throw it away because we're going to wait about a week, right? That you said, right, Ted?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And even ratings. We're not going to talk about ratings tonight because I want people to go see it regardless. I want people to go see it. You want people to go see it.
Yeah.
We know it's good enough to recommend it, so we'll leave it at that. Finally, without spoiling anything, I want to talk about just our favorite parts. I'll be honest. My two favorite aspects of this movie are Paul Dano's Riddler, who is more sadistic and
Mhm.
more insane and crazy and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and beautiful and frightening
Yeah.
than we ever saw in the trailer. And
Yes.
The Batmobile, I thought we saw most of the cool shots
Dude.
in the trailer, but
No.
it's even better in the film. So those are my two favorite parts. The Riddler
Yeah.
stole the show for me. But I'm also like a
Mm.
big Zodiac fan, so I love these type of things.
Yeah.
And then the Batmobile was just incredible. Your favorite parts of the movie without spoiling anything?
It's so hard to not it's really hard to not unspoil it, but there's, I would say, really the fighting sequences in this movie really, I mean, every single fight that we saw the Batman fight in was just so, I mean, I thought the Dark Knight was with real fighting sequences, like when he's struggling and all that, but this is a guy that's really just trying to figure out what kind of hero I need to be for this city. And
Yeah.
I love all the fight sequences. To be honest, I love uh I guess I love whenever Robert Pattinson, his there's a few shots where I just love where he's just standing like in the bat suit, and I just love those beautiful shots, man. I really do. I mean, just it's just so done very well, man. I mean, just and that was a major concerning I was gonna have, was that I was gonna, it was, the hype. Is it real? Is the hype real, guys? Obviously it is, because we're saying nothing but positive things. Now there is certain things, negative things that I did not like in this movie. But it's gonna run into the spoilers, so I'm not gonna mention it. But I mean, obviously not every movie's perfect, but this one is so close to it. I'll say that it really is. It's so close to it. This is gonna really please come. I feel like it's gonna please every Batman fan. It really is. And it's crazy because it's crazy for me to say this, right? A comic book movie, but I would feel like this is more of an adult, like a teenager adult that superhero movie versus a kid, because kids, like, I wouldn't say this is a kid movie. That's the thing. I would not say it at all, because under teenage years, because it's going to be a very adult film, just because, I mean, we saw the rating. What's it, rating? PG-13?
PG, but I'm like, you
Dude,
could
it
make a
should have been
case
PG.
for
It should have
you
been
could make a case
PG-13.
for rated R.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just thinking like the
The
things
language
that
for sure. Why is it PG? Yeah,
the things that the Riddler's doing in this movie are like really on the edge of a R-rated film.
yeah.
When I say like it has Seven and Zodiac, it's heavily inspired by those films. It's not far off.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not at
yeah. It
all.
is. Yeah, it
Well,
is. I mean, it's not far off at all. I mean, it carries that whole I mean, we know this from the trailer that the Riddler's killing people, so it's like that serial killer vibe and all that. It really is real, and it feels like you're into this world. You're just trying to solve this case alongside with Batman, and you following him through these journeys and through these obstacles that he goes through in Gotham Knight. And it's crazy too, because we see a world where no one knows, like, no one knows, like, they don't knows what to make of this character, and it just, yeah, it really is. I'll leave it at that, but it's really shot very well. What you think of well, not Commissioner Gordon, sorry, Lieutenant James Gordon in this? Yeah.
I always thought the relationship was going to be interesting and stuff, and so I liked the dynamic between Robert and Jeffrey Wright. I think they
Mhm.
work extremely well together. We got enough of that kind of duo on screen. We got a lot
Mm.
of Robert and Zoe Kravitz on screen. I
Yeah,
don't
Zoe
want to
Kravitz was good.
say Yeah. I don't want to get into it because I know you and I are trying to avoid spoilers, but I just want to say like Jeffrey Wright did a great job. Andy Serkis did a great job for what he's asked to
See,
do.
I don't
Zoe's
know.
fantastic for what he's asked
Yeah,
to do.
Andy Circus though.
And
Okay, let's like Andy Circus. Like it just. I don't. I mean, yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna say that was
Art,
one of
I
my
know, I
that,
get
yeah,
it, I get it.
that was one of my major concerns. That was one of them that I would say that bothered me the most, and I'm not gonna talk about it, but it just that was one of the major concerns. And you guys will know after watching the movie this weekend, if you are gonna be able to see it this weekend, if not next week, you guys will know what I'm talking about there. You know, it just that was my other major concern was chemistry duels between different characters and everything, but it worked out
Yep.
really good. There was just certain character duos that I did not like, and I'll leave that for spoilers.
We'll save that for next week. Ryan, appreciate you joining us on the discussion, man.
Yeah, thanks for
Again,
having me.
we both recommended. We had an incredible time watching the film. There's so many good things to like about it.
Yeah,
And go in with an open mind because this is very different from any Batman solo film you've seen before. It's not a Batman movie with characters in it. It's more like a serial killer horror mystery suspense film, and it just
yeah,
so happens to have a guy dressed as a bat walking around beating up people. So
yeah.
yeah, awesome, man. Um, we're gonna get into our next discussion pretty soon. We're bringing the Geekcast members, and Ryan, I want to thank you again,
Finally,
sir.
y'all done yet?
Ryan, I want to thank you again, sir, for joining me on this
No,
Batman
right?
Beyond
You're not gonna stick
spoiler
around for Superman and
discussion.
Lois?
Oh god, that
He
sucks.
doesn't
I'm
like it.
good.
No,
I'm
what
good.
the?
He
It
doesn't like
sucks,
it.
You're a
bro.
hater.
It's
You're a
no,
hater.
bro. No,
They're
no.
finally
I'm
bringing
good.
in the starting unit and
Now we're
It's
getting like
like
the main
it's the
event, like
same.
the really good superhero, and you don't want to
It's
be
it.
part of
You
it.
know, it's the same
Hold on,
argument.
hold on.
It's the same argument we're gonna have where you think Smallville's Superman. It's not Superman. It's him
He
training to
does
be
become
Superman.
Superman at the end.
He's
Why?
training to be Superman. He's not Superman. JC.
Have you seen an episode of Superman and Lois?
Yes, I seen
Which one?
three. The first three. That's it. The first three.
That
That's
didn't
not
hook you.
enough.
Yeah. Nope.
That's not
Didn't hook
enough.
me.
It's not.
Nope.
That's not.
I'll
That's
I'll
not
give
enough.
it. I'll give
Okay,
it
hold on.
season one.
Hold on.
I'll
I
give it.
respect, obviously, when we talk, it's great and all. You need to stop watching shit as a goddamn movie critic, man.
Oh man, come
Dude,
on, dude. I have to. It's hard. It's
no.
hard. It's like implanted in there. It's
Do
already
you watch Love
implanted.
is Blind and Temptation as a movie critic or not?
Wait, what? Wait, yeah,
You-
I do. Yep.
No, you don't. You lie.
too hot to
Yeah.
handle as a movie critic.
Yeah, too hot to handle, man. That's a good. Yeah, that's a good
That's a
one
good
right there.
That's a guilty pleasure. It's so bad you can't stop watching it, man.
People are so stupid, though. Jeez, let me tell you. Yeah. Yeah, for all the latest in reality TV discussion, check out the Island of Reality podcast. All right.
Appreciate you, Ryan. We'll talk to you soon, man. Hopefully, we'll bring you back for the spoiler review on
Yeah,
Monday, man.
yeah.
Hey,
Check
you
out
could be dressed as Batman though. Wear a Batman mask.
wear
Hey,
Batman mask. Dang, dude. I got my Batman underwear on right now. That's all I'm gonna say.
that works.
That works,
Still didn't
man.
happen.
Dude. You want me to show? I'll show.
Oh.
No.
I don't know what y'all do on movie talk, but we're pretty PG over here.
Oh man! Hey, speaking of PG, Ted, it's actually PG-13. I did not know that. The Batman.
PG.
I did not know that.
I knew it was PG-13, but it's
Okay,
like as far as you can take it.
Yeah.
So that means there was one and only one F-bomb in the entire movie.
No, there was a
it's
lot
gotta
of
be at
other
least
bombs.
two.
Okay, if they say the F word more than once, it's automatically rated R. So,
Not the
And-
F bomb. It was other words.
okay, well, those
it
aren't
was
so
it
bad.
was all the other ones you can get away with, and
Yep.
Colin Farrell's Penguin probably said all of them.
Nice. Good man.
Yeah. But all right, guys.
All right.
I'll check y'all later, man. Have a good show, everybody, and
Thank
I'll
you.
be watching
Go
offline.
watch Superman and Lois while you're at it. Binge it. It's on the CW app.
It's free,
It's
Ryan.
only
Go
season
check
and
it
a
out.
half.
I'd rather watch Birds of Prey. That's how
That's
like.
actually pretty good.
Wow. Kick him out
I
right now.
love that show.
Kick him
I'll
out.
see y'all later. Catch y'all later, guys.
Easy,
Bye.
man. Appreciate you.
Later.
How does he not want to see a really good Bizarro? The fuck, man.
Your boy, JC. That's your
That's
boy.
your boy,
Yeah,
man.
Go
That's
talk
your
to
boy.
your boy,
only
man.
part time. Only when we talk reality TV. Um,
Thanks for sticking around. This is the Countdown City Cast. I just finished my non-spoiler discussion of the Batman with Ryan, and now we're gonna get into our last topic of the night, Superman and Lois season
Universe.
2, episode 5, which is
And
titled
6.
"Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon." It's also the quince episode, so it's like doubly special for all of us because we love a good quince. Let's not lie.
Órale. It
Orale.
wasn't exactly like culturally accurate. Wasn't a lot of
It's
Mexicans dancing around. I
it's
was a
it's
little disappointed.
Kansas. They did all right for what they had. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
but
saying?
nobody
The
was
best they
dancing
could.
to. They didn't play La Chona. There was no Vicente
There was no,
Fernandez.
There
you
was
know,
no
There was
Yeah.
nobody.
Europa as she walked
No, the Payaso
out.
de Rodeo. Like, come on, dude.
There
Like,
was
Tina
no
and I needed to go
menudo
on that. I
afterwards.
wish they would have.
Boycott
There,
the show.
If
there
they
was
didn't
no cousins
try to
fighting on
boycott
the
it, but
dance
like,
floor. I mean, come on, man. There was no
come down
chickens.
to Texas. Hey, get some Mexicanos. Like, fucker, we'll show you how we do it, quinceañeras, bro. So
I told I didn't tell. I tweeted Eric Valdez, who plays Sarah's dad on the show.
Kyle, yeah.
Kyle, that's right. I tweeted him, if Europa's not playing at the beginning of the quince, is it really a quince? And he actually liked the tweet.
Nice.
I appreciate that. So
I
he
will-
actually understood.
I'll say this: Sarah's dress was beautiful. That was one of the most beautiful quinceañeras I've
Fantastic.
ever seen. It was amazing.
Fantastic.
We're talking episode 6
Uh,
also.
Probably not
Damn
because I haven't seen it yet. I was busy yesterday. I was busy
It's being
yesterday.
cute.
I was at
Let me
an
say
event.
this: the director of episode 6 is Amy Jo Johnson.
Yep.
She's still
That
hot.
is
Um,
that is true on
She
both
didn't come out,
accounts.
but
I will say we're not going to talk about it yet, but episode 6 is probably my favorite episode so far of the season.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Did you
Real
catch
quick,
that one real thing that beginning of
Mhm.
episode 6 and how that was beautiful how they did the beginning
Yeah.
and the end.
Yeah, and how it ended up too was pretty crazy. So,
Yeah, we're not gonna spoil it, Teddy.
I get it. And before we get to it, you know what? Let me go ahead and do introductions. Because you guys weren't there in the beginning. Hey, you. On the Geekcast, joining me for this Superman and Lois discussion is a man, myth, and legend. You know him as JC. It's weird doing in the middle of the show.
hey everybody, yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to flip my camera for Bizarro, but I can't.
Oh, come on. We also got the man behind the magic, the one and only Joe Garcia.
Hey everybody, and I got a
Oh,
really
yeah,
cool
nailed it.
picture of Jericho's face frozen, so I'm gonna make that my profile pic now.
Nice.
I like it. I like it. And last but never the least, I'm not going to call him Chippity Chopsticks tonight. It's Jericho.
Jericho, aka Diebeard.
I was gonna-
Yep. What's up, y'all?
Awesome.
do I
Yeah.
look weird now because I just did it. Does it look weird to you guys or no?
Yes,
Not at
this
all.
is evil JC here.
Sweet, I'm in Bizarro. I'm in the inverse world now. This is badass.
You're still wearing glasses, so you're not evil.
Yeah, but can you read my shirt properly? No.
No.
No,
No, but
All
now
right.
you have to talk backwards throughout the show. So good luck with
Ah,
that.
fuck that. Let me
Here
fix
we're
this.
getting
All right.
into episode 5 of Superman and Lois. Girl, you'll be a woman soon. This is the quinceañera episode for Sarah. And oh gosh, he won't
Ryan.
stop.
Fuck you, Ryan.
he's back, JC.
I'm gonna
BBS
go ahead.
lives on.
I'm gonna go ahead and start with the summary of episode 5, entitled "Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon." Starting out with Sarah and her family are throwing a quinceanera in Smallville. Ascension leader Allie may have something to do with the arrival of Bizarro. After we learn that Dr. Faulkner is also a part of the group, and Allie has ties to the Pendant. We'll find out more about that, I'm sure, in episode 6. Bizarro actually tracks down Dr. Faulkner and snaps her neck, but luckily Lois is spared. She's actually the one that found her. Bizarro would later track down Allie, but Clark is able to incapacitate him with the help of X Kryptonite. And then while Bizarro is being researched at the Fortress of Solitude, it reveals that his world and ours are in danger, and the only way to prevent the war is to kill Ali Alston.
Mhm.
Tension between the Kent boys is rising as Jonathan looks to show up Jordan any chance that he gets. And last but not least, an emotional ending as Kyle's infidelity comes back to bite him in the ass. What an emotional episode! What a range of emotions. It's a roller coaster of emotions from start to finish. JC, your thoughts about episode 5, man?
It was everywhere. The Quince was that, and just you get into the political theater. Lana's running for mayor, and dig up dirt any way you can. It's ugly. I hate it. I hate
Yep.
politics for that reason. But for that to come up is interesting, and how they'll just the next episode is cool too. But yeah, the surprise too was Superman saving Allie with all that stuff going on from Bizarro. Um, I like that they're using Tau Rose Fortress because in last season I was like, somehow that made more sense. If you feed off of sunlight, why wasn't the fortress in the desert in the first place? But I like that he's making use of that for the time being, and it's interesting. Oh God, I like how they've done this Bizarro. It's always weird how you potentially do this on a live action thing. How do you explain the Bizarro world? Smallville, of course, did it through like a Phantom Zone character. It was kind of weird, but this first fight between Superman and Bizarro Superman was really cool, and even to the point the X Kryptonite, which is something that's really kind of new to this show or new to the way they're using it. I like how they've kept that going, and that what's giving people powers is what's taking it away. It's what allowing Superman to beat up on Bizarro. I think they've done an excellent job bringing this to life because it's not easy, this kind of character.
Isn't it awesome that Clark figures that out? He's just like he's the
Yeah,
opposite of me in every single way, which means the thing that gives me strength will help take
we'll
him
take him
out.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty nifty writing there. Jericho, your thoughts about episode 5, man?
Yeah, man, it was kind of like JC. It was really, really good. Um, I like how they're working with this, with this Bizarro, this version of him. It just looks awesome, and the story that they're going with. I wish we could talk about episode 6 too, because of the way it just really continues and elaborates. Um, but yeah, overall, great story. Especially when we see what do you call it? We find out about the boys, the brothers train, or well, at least Jordan's training, and then Jonathan just kind of exhibits his abilities a little bit. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I really like it. I would say definitely next one, just like JC, episode 6 is my favorite. But up until then, episode 5 was awesome.
Joe, your thoughts about episode 5, man?
I liked episode 5, and I thought they did a really good job with portraying Bizarro, And the other thing that I've liked so far in this season is how they've kind of focused more of the, I guess, storyline revolving around the family dynamic. And again, you're seeing, a family
Absolutely.
getting ready for a quince, Sarah showing what, a young girl will go through, worried about, trying to be perfect in every way, for the big day, wearing, the dress and all that. The mom's getting all emotional about seeing her daughter in the dress. And then finally the day is here, and they have the quince, everything ensues. And what happens? We wouldn't have a quince if we didn't have the drama, you know? And there you go. It was a typical Mexicano festival, you know?
Rest in peace, Vicente Fernandez. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and even to the point where we get a little bit of the Cushing family history. You know,
they were
on
court
this
court
thing, right? Yeah. So
yeah.
they changed it for Cortez, and he changed it because if he had kept his last name, nobody was going to give him a job. And that's a reality for a lot of family histories too. So not just for Mexicans, but so many different other cultures. So I like how they did bring that to the forefront, and then they're still uh, bringing that quinceañera to life, which Might have been the first quinceanera ever in DC Comics history. I can't recall one ever
Yes,
being
I remember
on
seeing one
TV for the
before.
movies. So,
One thing that I
I
like
said the
too is,
same thing. I'm like, dude, this is a momentous occasion,
yeah,
man.
yeah. So
one thing that I also like too is them diving a little deeper into the character that is Allie, and then they had well, what is Lois's partner's name? I forget
uh
her name.
Chrissy.
Christy.
Christy.
Well,
Yeah.
she goes over there to kind of meet with Allie, and that's where she gets drugged,
Yes.
and she starts to hallucinate because they put the amulet on around her neck, and
Dude,
Yeah.
it comes through, and then she's like, "Oh, there is another world. It's crazy." And
Yeah.
the telling thing is nobody really has said anything except for Christy. She's like, she's everywhere, and that's
Yeah.
when she knew, oh man, this is bad. So I think she's gonna well, she's already told Lois what how big of a threat Allie is, but the other part of that is now Lois knows that her sister was in fact telling her the truth.
yep,
You know, she thought she was insane and crazy and all this, uh, that she was trying to explain to her about the cult that she's in, which is headed by one Allie. So I think Lois is starting to kind of believe her sister a little bit. And so again, I like the fact that they are involving the family so much and they're showing this family dynamic and all this drama and everything that's happening behind the scenes with the family. I think it's a really cool thing because it feels more organic. It's not just Superman going out there saving the world. It's actually showing what these characters that live in this Smallville are actually going through on a daily basis, which I think humanizes everybody and makes it more believable and draws you deeper into the storyline. And it's they're doing a wonderful job. I think the writers are doing a great job. I like season two a lot more too, with the introduction of Bizarro. So he's not an easy character to portray on the screen, and just the way that they've introduced him and the way that he even looks on screen, total opposite of
The way
Superman,
the way they explain it too, and you mentioned that that Lucy was right, Lois' sister, but she was right on some point, and you realize she doesn't know everything. Allie's intention to keep things away, and yeah, it's one of those things that they'll explain in season 6 is like everything is completely opposite in that world.
Yeah.
Where people in our world were revere heroes and look down on villains, it's flipped. They look up to villains
Yeah.
and look down on heroes there. So
It's
um,
interesting. No,
yeah,
JC didn't say how the amulet got here, only that it's been here.
basically, yeah, there's a version of the amulet on both sides, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's I won't say more about spoil episode 6, but yeah, there's why that's important is pretty interesting too.
Yeah.
So
are
yeah.
you guys under the impression that when Katie was with the cult, the Ascension cult, that the thing she was drugged with killed her?
Chrissy, you mean?
Yeah, Christy.
Yeah. Chrissy.
Chrissy.
Oh, Christy. Sorry, whatever her name is.
I don't know if it killed her or just like some fucking crazy heroin or something. I don't know.
I was listening carefully, and I'm like, I think they killed her, and the amulet somehow revived her, and that's how you ascend.
It's like it stops your heart, that the amulet, like it shows you that other world, but the amulet's the one that brings you back, kind of thing.
Something
I
like
think
that.
I think it's like an LSD kind of thing. And so what happens is that not everybody can survive, and that's why she says you ascended, because her thing is they can bring them back. She didn't have a fear that she actually
Would
died,
die.
like she flatlined. Like they can bring her back, but if you want to truly ascend, you have to kind of come back on your own. And that's why she was so excited. She's like, "You ascended,
So
like you came back on your own. You
you're going
revived
with the
your
whole
own."
Frighteners theory, then, Ted. Remember that movie, The
Yeah,
Frighteners? Yeah.
I
Okay.
remember that.
Yeah.
I never saw the remake. Anybody see the remake?
They made a remake. I don't even know.
They did a remake like 5 years ago, maybe.
No, that's gonna ruin it for me. The one with Michael J. Fox is so good.
I wouldn't watch it.
Uh, Jericho, is it a stretch to you or not that the subplot involving Lois's sister that we thought was going to be somewhat irrelevant this season turned out to be like completely tied together with the main villain of the season?
Well, I mean, I'm not seeing Bizarro as the main villain now, so I'm seeing Ali Alston as the main villain, of course. So I think it's good that we got a tease of what's her name, Lucy's story, and how it just ruined their relationship together between her and Lois. And I'm glad that this is sort of like Joe said. They're focusing more on the family aspect of the show.
Right.
So I think it's great that they're able to expand on it, and yeah, that it wasn't just like a throwaway story or a throwaway, you know, mission that Lois kind of went on, and then while Superman is dealing with Bizarro, like it's all connected. So I really enjoy that.
There you go. JC, you kind of hearing what I'm saying a little bit, that like not strange, but gotta be a major coincidence, like that the thing that Clark's been dealing with this whole time, physically, mentally, is also tied to Lois's sister and this history that they have.
Yeah, it all kind of comes together, and
How bizarro.
how Bizarro is tied to this, and having seen the next episode, yeah, I can see that. It starts to tie things together too. I don't know how many episodes are going to be on this season. I know it was only 15 for season one, but I do hope they kind of keep it around the same number. Um, to kind of bring the storyline, because things are starting to come together and make even more sense. Uh, but that cliffhanger though, for this latest episode is yeah, it's I don't know where they're gonna go with this. It's crazy.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool. Joe, what about you,
if you
man?
watch it right
What
now,
are
it'll come back to us in an hour. So yeah,
I just might. I don't know. That might be
yeah.
interesting. Joe, what are your thoughts about either the subplot with Lois's sister sort of coming to the forefront and being the cause of everything that's happening with Clark, or even Kyle. Kyle can't catch a break, man. Just when you thought like this dude's turn over a new leaf and he's gonna start, you know, being a more devoted husband and father, just the past always catches up with you, man.
I had to talk about
Yeah,
that
the
guy.
one thing with Lucy that I gather is that Lucy was missing something, right, this
Yeah.
whole time. So she found whatever she was missing, and an enlightenment, so to speak, with Allie. And the thing with Lois, and the thing that keeps driving Allie, is that Lois is kind of the antagonist because she is fueling Allie's rage, or not Allie, but Lucy's rage, and it kind of pushes the wedge between them because they're both stubborn in a way. Both of them believe that they're doing the right thing, but the thing that they both fail to see is that they're pushing each other away because nobody wants to give. You can't always be right, and Lois cares about Lucy, but the way she goes about it kind of pushes her sister further and further away. So it pushes her deeper into the thresholds of the cult that Allie's leading. And I think the only way to make amends there is to not judge, but to just embrace that this is part of her, and Lois kind of needs to stay take a step back because she always wants to be right no matter what. They can't Lucy can't seem to break on through the wall that Lois has, and to me that's the telling thing, like I think Lois always feels like she is the perfect person, in a way. And she looks kind of down on Lucy, like, oh, she needs to be helped, she needs to be guided. And I think Lucy is stronger than what Lois wants to give her credit for. She doesn't probably need saving, she just needs her support. And I think that's the thing that Lois doesn't grasp. She can't grasp that concept. I need to save her. No, you don't. You just need to support her in her decision in order to get her back. So to me that was
But
very interesting. It keeps playing out over and over again,
yeah,
their struggle. Um, so to me, that's a very, very deep uh, kind of rabbit hole that they're going down. It's like you don't really see these issues being tackled in TV today. So
No.
I commend the writers for actually just like being able to go in there and weave this story in such an intricate way where it's tackling some big issues, even mental health issues with Sarah, and bringing them to the limelight. So I've actually enjoyed it for, this whole second season. I've actually enjoyed it quite a bit,
Yeah.
because you're looking to see that heroes aren't just people that wear capes, but they're everyday people as well. And I think that's the biggest takeaway that I'm getting from this season too, is that people are strong and they're heroes in their own right. So to me,
Well,
it's gonna be interesting to see how it all plays out,
I'll tell you what I do have an issue with this fucking Kyle here. Now, Lana
Oh, I
has been portrayed by two very beautiful Canadian actresses here. Kristen Kruk in Smallville and Emmanuel Shrieky in Superman Lois. If you're married to Emmanuel Shrieky, are any of you fuckers stepping out of a marriage for a bartender? Be honest here. I'm
No.
not. No. The fuck is wrong with you, Kyle? Work on your communication here, dude. What is going on here? So,
But dive into Kyle.
He's
We
just
haven't dived into Kyle's psyche yet. We've seen little cracks and little pieces
I don't
of
care how
what
fucked up your
happened.
psyche is. If I got a
I'm
Emmanuel
telling you,
Shrieky,
man.
I'm going home to that every night. I don't give a fuck.
It's like this. It's like this. It doesn't matter how beautiful the woman is. What matters is the connection that a husband and a wife have. And when Sarah was
I
going through
connect
this
very
issue
well.
that she had,
Yeah.
when Sarah was going through the issue that she went through, we don't know what state of mind that they were both in. They both had to deal with this trauma in some
Yeah.
way. And I think, in fact, that trauma kind of put a wedge between them and caused some issues with their marriage. And maybe they weren't
that's where
talking.
his
Maybe they
drinking
were
kind of seems
maybe
like
they
it
weren't
came in.
asking each other.
Yeah.
Right?
I just felt that was so unrealistic because if it was
No,
me,
that's your opinion, man. But I'm just saying, in real life, things happen. Maybe he was in a bad place. He wanted some attention. Lois wasn't giving him attention. Barkeep
but
showed some interest in the brother, and he was like, "What's up?"
I mean,
yeah,
we kind of caught most of that, right? Like, Kyle's had a rough past. Not giving him a pass on anything. I'm just saying it looked like he had alcohol
Yeah, he
issues.
turned to alcohol. Yeah.
almost tried to
Yeah,
kill everybody in season 1. Yeah,
yeah.
he's got issues.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
I will say this:
Um,
if they do another one of these shows in 10, 20 years, back in Smallville, they're looking to Canada to cast Lana. Let's just be honest here, because they've had some really good luck with that the last 2 times.
But this Superman and Lois kind of thing it's turned into almost like a full on novella,
Great.
So
it's
They
gotta be,
did it with
yeah.
the Quinceañera episode too, which is pretty funny
yeah.
if you think about it. But yeah, so
The only thing we're missing, JC, is the two women going at it like you do in any traditional novela. They have a
oh,
drag
just
out in the
wait,
street,
just
And
wait.
fighting while they're rolling down the stairs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And
while the building's
yeah,
on fire.
it's coming soon. It's coming soon.
Not gonna lie, I would love
Uh,
to see Lucy take on Lois because 2 army brats that know how to fight, dude, that'd be a fucking fight. So sibling rivalry,
last thing I wanted to call out, we're going to continue our discussion on our next episode when we talk about episode 6, which is titled Tried and True. But episode 7 caught my eye. Episode 7 drops on Tuesday,
Mhm.
March 8th. And the title of episode 7 is only the word antihero.
And if you see
And I'm
episode
like,
6, you'll know why.
Yeah.
wow.
Yes.
After we're
Stuff's
done
about
One,
to
here,
hit
go
the
watch it.
fan.
I
Stuff's
will
about to hit the
say
fan.
the episode I think is so good. And here's why I say that is because one, we do get a glimpse into more of Bizarro's backstory, how he got where he did, and the way the beginning parallels the end, but in reverse, is so well done.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's part of the reason why this was such one of my favorites.
Hmm.
We dive in a little more into that, more of the Kyle Lana drama. She just needs to slap the shit out of him. With the XK, everything. This covers everything that we've discussed or that has happened this season. Starts to get together, and then they just leave you with this cliffhanger at the end, like what the fuck. So
Nice. I
brilliant.
only have episodes listed through episode 8, and I know that's not right, but maybe there's a break coming. Maybe like a halfway break or point
usually
Well,
coming.
they
do
kind
have
of did
breaks.
one already.
well,
They
the-
didn't do a halfway. They just They just took a couple of weeks off for the Olympics.
Yeah, most TV shows will take a small break around the spring break weeks, but I'll check Krypton's site right now and see if there's any news on that.
Okay,
Um,
because yeah, I usually they'll let us know how many episodes there are,
yeah.
but I don't have anything listed after episode 8, so that's just kind of curious. All right. That was our discussion on Superman and Lois. We'll continue that on our next episode. Gentlemen, if there's anything you want to talk about regarding the Batman expectations going in, are you keeping them low? Are you keeping them high? What are you most looking forward to? Our spoiler review is going to drop on Monday. So be sure you check back on that. Make sure you watch the movie this weekend. I've already talked about it at the beginning of this episode. If you're just joining us now, when this video is over, you can go back, watch the beginning, and me and Ryan did about a 15-minute non-spoiler review. But Joe, we'll start with you, man. This the Batman. Hopefully, you get to see it this weekend. Do you have any high expectations, low expectations, or what are you most looking forward to?
Well, every time you really like a movie, I have to lower my expectations.
So if I hate a movie, you're gonna raise them?
I might not be, hey, that might pique
Hey,
my
Ryan.
interest more. But when you're gushing over it like a fanboy and you're like, oh my God, Batman, I'm just like,
I
ah,
don't know.
damn.
I don't know if anybody did
Gotta
that
pump the
though.
brakes. I gotta pump the brakes a little bit. But
I
either
don't know
way,
if anybody did that. But yeah, go for it. Go off,
either
man. Go
way,
off.
either way, I think that from what I'm seeing, and there's in the let's be honest here. When I looked at the Rotten Tomatoes and seeing where the review was at, there was only 16 people who had reviewed the movie at the time, and it was immediately certified fresh, really high. But over the weekend, you're going to have more people review the movie, and I think we're going to get a realistic gauge of how well it's received by both the critics and the fans. One of the reviews that I really kind of gravitate towards is the fan reviews, because the fans, I think, are going to be more truthful than a movie critic. A movie critic is a little bit too harsh on a movie, kind of like Ryan is. But you know, I want to see what the movie is firsthand. I'm not expecting it to be like the best Batman ever. I'm just thinking that it's going to be entertaining and it's going to be kind of what a Batman film should be, you know? So with that in mind, I'm just going in and I'm hoping that I'll enjoy it, you know?
I hope so too, sir. I really do. Jericho, what about you, man? The Batman. What are you most looking forward to? Where? What are your expectations going in?
I mean, I've said it from the beginning. Robert Pattinson is an amazing actor, and I know a lot of people gave him shit because of Twilight, but that shouldn't define his career. Um, I fully expect him to really bring it in this movie. I'm gonna have mid expectations only because it's a Batman movie. I want to see what's different compared to the other, 100 Batman movies we've had, shows, and all that. Um, I expect it to be really good. And Paul Dano's in there. The fact that he's the Riddler, I mean, he's an amazing actor as well. And I
He's
even saw a couple of
fantastic.
interviews with him recently. And you know how actors they promote their movies and they're like, "Oh, I'm so proud of it," whether it's a good movie or not. You could tell he was genuinely proud of this movie, and so that makes me even more excited about it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I want to see the whole mystery. The fact that we're getting such a young Batman as well. It's his first, second year, something like that, like really early into it. Um, so we'll see. I'm excited.
Absolutely. JC, thoughts going in? Where's your head at right now?
Well, quickly before I get to that, so Superman and Lois will be taking a 1 week break after March 8th. So they won't
Ah,
have an episode on the 15th. They'll be back on March 22nd. Uh, Episodes 8, 9, and 10 are called Into Oblivion, 30 Days and 30 Nights, and then Bizarros in a Bizarro World.
Hmm.
And then they will have 15 episodes this season. So it's going to go from March 22nd. They'll do 2 episodes, March 22nd, March 29th. There are going to be a few weeks. I guess shows do this in April, and then April 26th it comes back, and it wraps up on May 31st. So we get a week off for spring break, 2 episodes, and then a break for about a month, and then they finish up the season. So maybe that has something to do with the production schedule. I have no idea. As far as my thoughts on the Batman, I would love to take my son to see this, but I know he's not going to sit through a 3-hour movie.
I don't think you
But
should. I either.
really,
I don't think. Yeah, it's not appropriate.
just for the violence or what?
Um, Riddler is terrifying. Riddler's
Okay,
like
no, I won't take him to see it. He'll be screaming at
it's.
night.
He
Yeah.
would have nightmares. Yeah. Do not
Okay.
take young kids who should not be witnessing what Riddler does to these people.
I have to.
It's it's
Yeah.
borderline like Saw type stuff.
Oh, now you're getting me excited. But one thing you said in the non-spoiler little thing you did at the beginning with Ryan that was
Yeah.
that I like, and I wish people would stop going into these movies thinking it's got to be like the comic, it's got to be like this, got to be like that. Just make a good movie. And you guys said it's a detective film with a Batman thrown in, young guy. Okay, I don't need to reference any sort of comic. Just give me a good movie. Is there a post-credit scene?
I can't say that.
Just I don't know if I'd stick around or not. That's why I'm asking.
I don't know if these guys want to be surprised or
from
not. We can.
well, I mean,
Uh,
yeah, I would appreciate if we were
Google
going to
it.
stay or
Just a
not.
heads up, I'm gonna be there for
I
3 hours.
grant that there's
I know I
not.
paid for 3 hours, so
I will say that.
yes.
I will say that the post credits is worth a chuckle.
Okay.
The post credits is worth a chuckle, but what we normally get in a post credit scene, I'd say that you will witness regardless, and I'll leave it at that. I
Okay.
know that's cryptic and kind of vague, but I meant it
Very.
to be.
Yeah, that didn't help me at all.
Think
Okay,
Um,
think
well,
along the lines of what I'm gathering from Teddy, Peacemaker.
if I've been theorizing that when they were making this movie that this better be the same Earth as Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. So I really hope that's what you're getting to, Ted, and not
You
something
know what?
else.
When I was talking with who did I do my last show with? Oh,
Uh,
Ryan. When I
yeah.
was talking with Ryan, was it Ryan? No, it was Matt. It was Matt.
yeah.
Matty B. When I was talking with Matt, we had a gentleman bringing up his theory about Joaquin Phoenix, and he put out some some stuff that it could possibly work on paper, but you would really need to execute like a solid way of bringing in a guy like Phoenix. Because I talked about in our last episode on Monday, like all the things that wouldn't make sense. Like the Joker's like it's in the 70s. You could tell from the cars, the TVs, the technology and all that. It's all in the 70s. To have Joaquin in this movie, which this movie is way more modern because we have cell phones, we have all the things that you're seeing in the background. Like it would be a big twist. It would take a solid director and a story to execute bringing in and trying to merge those two worlds, in my humble opinion.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Interesting. All right.
It would be interesting, but that would be a huge challenge if you ask me. Huge challenge. Cool. I
So we
kind of
should
want
stick around, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
you should,
There's a chance.
but it's not gonna be. You're gonna get what you think is a post credit scene before the post credits.
Okay.
I
But
hate you right
sticking
now.
around, sticking
Stop.
around isn't. Sticking around wouldn't be the worst thing. I'm just saying that. How about we do? You guys want to play a game?
No.
You're gonna make us
I'm
anyway, so sure.
no, no,
Yeah,
no.
no.
I
We can play anyway.
I know exactly what you're thinking, and this is not like anything you guys have done before.
Shit. Go ahead.
All right, hang on.
I'm turning 41 on Monday. I've done some crazy shit. So
It's gonna be your birthday?
yes, Monday will be my birthday. So
No, but yours is on the beginning of March. Mine's at the end.
yeah.
All right,
wait
so
for me.
I want to time this up right. Hang on one second. So if you watched our show on Monday, I mentioned that this movie's being directed by Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves, who has directed the movie Cloverfield, which had by far amongst the franchise the biggest, most elaborate online marketing campaign for any movie franchise in the history of cinema. Let's just be honest. No one's done it better. No one's gone further with the online marketing campaign of those movies. So, what I want to do now is share my screen here, and what we're gonna do is play a little game with the Riddler.
Oh gosh.
I'm scared.
Here we go. Ready?
Oh, okay. Welcome back to the Matrix. They're
All
watching
right. It's the Geekcast versus the Riddler. Can they defeat him? Let's find out.
How about a nice game of chess?
3 correct answers and the truth will be exposed. Let's get started. For every wrong answer, one of the Geekcasters will die. All right, let's begin.
All right.
What the hell?
Uh, I'm just kidding.
This took a twist.
Oh my god, I don't even know what this is. Okay, is this the first question?
Fear he who hides
Fear
behind.
he who hides behind one. Okay. I don't know if I want to do. Don't just blurt it out. I think I know what it is. I haven't done this one yet. I've done all the other ones, not this one. Jericho, we'll start with you. Do you have any guesses? We'll do that. We'll go in
No,
order
fuck
here.
no. I'm worried about dying now.
It's
Yeah,
not
Eric,
exactly.
my
It's
4-year-old's
not
probably not.
exactly like the ring, but it's kind of like the ring. You might see something later on. It'll be Paul Dano in his costume is gonna show up in your bathroom while you're showering. JC, you're next, sir. Any guesses? Fear he who hides behind one. And if you're online watching this video, go ahead and give us your guesses as well.
Let's say fear he who hides behind a mask.
Oops, hang on, hang on.
You search for the right answers, but you need to look deeper.
Ooh, okay, you got it right, JC. Congrats,
Okay.
man. Jericho lives.
Nice.
Joe,
Thank
we'll
you,
start with
JC.
you next, man. What was new is new again. Rebirth, restoration, reformation. What?
Reload it, reuse it, reshoot it, and redo it. If you want to make some easy cash, just recycle. What was new is new again.
I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I've played all of the other puzzles that this website has put out, and they've never been this hard.
So they're just waiting for it to be live streamed. That's what it is.
Mhm.
Joe, what do you think, man? What it's usually one word. It's usually a one word answer, maybe two, but usually one. So this is not even a riddle. It's just a random statement. I
I'm trying to think. What is
feel like we're
what
never
is
going to
new
get this one.
again? Rebirth, restoration, reformation.
Baptism? Ah,
Ooh,
fucking
man.
asshole.
With answers like that. No wonder Gotham suffers. Looks like Jericho's on the chopping block again. Sorry, man.
It's all right. I trusted Joe.
You know what? Let's not even go in order anymore. If you have any more
What was new?
decent guesses,
What about
Huh.
time?
Hmm.
Answer.
Your head explode. Sounds like it would be one of those like.
we might be here all night. I don't know if we're gonna get
What
this.
was new is new again. Rebirth, restoration. Think of the words for like rebooting or reusing. You know,
Resurrect?
resurrect might be one. Yes, because he's using resurrection.
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Okay.
Hmm.
Uh,
You're getting close.
That's
We're
sort of
close.
saying you're on the cusp of it. You're close.
I think so. These questions are so cryptic that I don't even know what's the question anymore, and if he's just trying to criticize us.
Try
Type
resurface.
pass? No.
Resurface.
Oh, damn it. Now he knows we're guessing. Yeah.
Oof,
Pass.
now he's just feeling bad for us.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I am first a fraud or a trick, or perhaps a blend of the two. That's up to your misinterpretation. What the hell is this?
Oh,
The
or
hell?
no.
What kind of game is this, Teddy? It's hard.
It's the Riddler. It should be, I guess.
First a fraud or a trick, or perhaps a blend of the two.
First a fraud. Trick.
Magician?
Magic?
Magic?
I
Yeah.
would think magic.
Ah.
Wasn't a wild guess, asshole. We thought about that one. Fucker.
If you're watching this and you have a better idea,
No, if you're watching this, this is
Magic
a
trick.
four
Try magic
geeks trying to figure this shit out. That's what they're doing.
so
God.
the current question is, I am first a fraud or a trick, or perhaps a blend of
illusion.
the two. That's up
Illusion.
to your
Illusion. Ooh.
misinterpretation.
Illusion.
Sounds like a good one.
Trick is an illusion.
Oh my god, I didn't spell that wrong, so didn't get that one. First, a fraud or a trick. You know what's interesting is I've
words.
played
words.
this game before, and a lot of the questions ended up in the movie from the previous guesses. So I got some validity that I was able to come up with the answers as good as Batman did in the movie. So that's
Why
not a
don't you
spoiler, by the way.
Can you try magic trick?
I could try that. Not quite. Better luck then.
Because he's asking for 2 words. He says, I'm first a fraud or a trick, or perhaps a blend of the two. What's a blending of the two or 2 words?
Hmm.
And then he
I
says,
am
that's your
first a fraud
misinterpretation.
or trick. I am first a fraud.
Real quick, sorry guys.
The Riddler did. Oh, I didn't even.
You actually hit enter.
I just clicked on the window and it did that.
First a fraud or a trick.
Mirage.
Ooh, Mirage. Let's go.
I like that one. Ah.
Politician. Oh.
Oh man.
I have no idea.
I think also this is a new I think this is also a new batch of questions because the movie opened this week.
Yeah.
I've been checking every now and then.
Oh man, Ted's like, I got this, and he's like, oops.
Let's play an easy game. No, sorry.
hang on.
Magic trick, Mirage.
And it does say
I
that's
am
up to your
first.
misinterpretation.
You misinterpret something, you are confused.
Confused, wrong.
Hey, we got it.
Hey, there you go.
Okay, we
otra
go
vez.
back to this.
Son of a bitch.
Hang
All right.
on. Joe is probably onto something. Rebirth, restoration, reformation. What's just another word for all of those? Those three. New again. Renew.
Renew.
Ah.
Hey.
Nice.
Well done, Joe. Well done, sir.
Click for a reward. That's enough for today. Come back later. Okay, what's our reward here?
Jericho survives. Oh, it's a.
Why am I oh, it's a
I'm
virus.
thinking.
I was
I'm
just
thinking
gonna
it's
say
Oh,
it's a
from
virus.
Riddler.
destroyed live on stream.
What
Let's
does
see
it say?
What am I?
It's a question.
What in the world?
Did you click on
Hang
it?
on.
Oh shit.
It's a zip file, which isn't
Yes.
weird, but the zip file is password protected.
Oh.
Why
Did
would
we
you
freak it?
password protect?
Maybe the password is
I
zip
think
file.
Batman.
It's called What am I?
Why would you password protect the reward for playing the game?
But what did the file say? It said something.
Oh,
What
the file is called Thomas Wayne Lies.
Oh.
Maybe I
But you
should.
have to figure that out in order to figure out the password. That's probably sending you a message.
Password is promise.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You are?
That's what Google says.
Oh, that is incorrect.
What? They changed it?
What in the world? This is bizarre. Why would the reward be?
Because
Oh, you know what?
if
You know what?
Riddler made it
Try
this
Joker.
difficult, it's not going to
Try the
make it easy for you
password
to
at
get a
Joker.
reward.
Hold on. Hold on.
It's all lowercase.
JC actually got it right.
Did he?
That's a Riddler video.
I just don't know if I should show you guys this.
Why?
Can you hear what's playing right now in the background?
No.
Okay, good.
Watch Ted's watching porn right now, live on stream. We just can't.
He's
You
watching
know
his
what?
only
This actually might
Is it a
this
spoiler?
I don't want to say it's a spoiler, but man, what do we do? What do we do? It's not a spoiler, but it is a subplot. It's a plot. What do you call it? It's a plot point. It is a plot point.
Okay.
For now, I'm good. I won't see it.
All right. You know what? If you're watching the show and you want to see the video, the password to the zip file was promise, all lowercase. And you guys know the answers to the riddles game, the Riddler's game, and you can see the video for yourself. Who wants Joe? Do you want to see it? JC, do you want to see it? It's a plot point. It's not a spoiler.
But if we see it, then you have to drop out Jericho. We'll see it afterwards.
Yeah, we'll watch it
Jer-
afterwards. We don't have to live on stream because you don't want to get tagged.
There you
Yeah.
go. We'll do that. Gentlemen, thank you for playing Riddler's game. We defeated the Riddler. We saved Gotham. You guys are awesome. I knew you could count on you guys. I could count on all y'all.
I got one right.
And
I was like, "Hey,
Jericho won't be murdered in his
I
bathroom
just
tonight
should.
by the Riddler.
And it's funny though
Jericho-
because it seems hard, but they're so simple. The words, like.
Oh
when you
my
really-
gosh.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. Those were the hardest ones out of all. I've played it probably 3 times, 3 like different groups of riddles, and those were the hardest ones by far. Cool. Exciting week, and I will end the show on one last note. It is the month of March. JC, what is the month of March known for?
birthday.
Besides that,
Wow.
Spring?
Spring training. Oh, that's not happening this year. Thanks a lot, Major League Baseball. Pieces of
Even
shit.
I know, and I'm not a
March.
basketball.
Jericho, what is it?
I know. I'm
As
just
he
messing
takes a
with
drink.
March
March-
Madness.
March Madness. It is the month of madness, and it wouldn't be March Madness without some brackets for the
Yes.
Geekcast. I will reveal on Monday what the brackets in the March Madness event will be focused around. So please follow up. Watch the Batman review, spoiler review, on Monday, and also stay tuned for the March Madness event that we will announce on Monday. It's going to be pretty cool, I think. I hope so. I think it'll be pretty great. I took a long time kind of thinking up all the different options. I think I landed on one. I think it's going to be pretty interesting to find out what the answers are going to be. So that'll do it for this episode of the Countdown to the Geekcast. My name is Steady. Appreciate you guys watching. This was our non-spoiler review of the Batman with Ryan from Alamo City Movie Talk. You can find them on Facebook and YouTube at Alamo City Movie Talk. And we also did some Superman and Lois discussion talk on episode 5. And with me on this episode was a man, the myth, the legend. You know him as JC.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And the WrestleCast will be tomorrow. We purposely waited to
What?
with AEW. And boy, some big news dropped. We're going to talk all about AEW. We're going to talk about Impact. They both have pay-per-view events this weekend. So we'll be talking about Impact Sacrifice and AEW Revolution tomorrow on the Countdown to the Geeks YouTube channel. So check us out.
We also had the man behind the magic, the one and only Joe Garcia.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. And I don't usually say anything about like things that are going on around the world, but if you can keep the people in Ukraine in your prayers, they're going through a lot right now. So any good vibes you can send them, much appreciated.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And last, never the least, he survived the night. The Riddler will not attack him in his sleep. It's the one and only Jericho.
There you go.
See y'all next week. Happy Batman release week. It's here. Vengeance.